Right now, I'm going to teach you guys what I call the A to Z through line of building a speaker business. And I'm going to grab some water. Before I do that, I'm just to address the question in the chat. Sometimes I say 5-minute break, and then sometimes there's a line for the bathroom. And so it's a little bit longer, you know, those kind of things. Anyway, just being the real right now. Just drop a 64 in the chat if you would like to know how I was able to make $64,000 by doing a 60-second speech. Anyone? Or how about how I've been able to make over $55,000 from one 45-minute keynote? How many of you guys would like to be able to make $55,000 for one 45-minute keynote? All right, well, I'm going to teach you how people actually make the millions of dollars from stage, because believe it or not, they don't make the big money by usually getting big, giant speaker fees. The people that I know that make like 3.2 million from a stage aren't Donald Trump, they aren't the famous football players, they're the people that have a speaking business. Like Pete Vargas is really well known now from 10X Stages. He's not famous, nobody knows him, and that dude makes millions of dollars from the stage because he's a genius at creating a speaker business. There are so many people that are way more famous than him that'll get paid $100,000, like Candace Cameron Bure. She's like about $100,000 fee. But what would you rather have, 100,000 or 3.2 million from one speech? Yeah, I'm like, oh, I kind of know her. Maybe I should go take a personal meeting with Candace Cameron and say, hey, would you like me to teach you how to make 3 million from the stage instead of 100K? And the secret is they have a speaking business. And this is what I told you. My microphone's a little bit low in here. If we could just turn it up just a hair. You guys can hear me in there pretty good? And so, yeah, I'm not hearing myself in the room. There I am. I really like to hear myself, so there's that. And the way that they do it is have a speaker business. And I really want you to know, if you grasp this concept, Rob, if you grasp the concept of having a speaking business, whether you're a coach or your product is a supplement, or you sell beautiful, inspiring boxes, Jessica, whatever your product is, if you grasp the concept of creating a speaker business, you will be able to generate so much more money than anybody else that ever takes a stage. So drop money in the chat if you're like, I really do want to inspire and change lives. I really do want to get Jesus on everyone, but I want to make money. I want to make money because I have big things, big visions, big dreams, and they cost money. Okay, good, awesome. Because, you know, sometimes around Christians, it gets a little weird to talk about money, but we're all okay. We're going to talk about money, and it's going to be normal. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to tell you right now, that time when I've made $55,000 for speaking for about 45 minutes, they offered me $5,000. I turned it down. I would rather have the opportunity to do what I'm teaching you, to drop a free lead magnet and collect that person's email and talk to them later. I would much rather be able to do that because there is potential clients for me in that room. And I would rather, instead of getting paid $5,000, have that opportunity to continue the conversation and then have those people become my $5,000 client, become my $20,000 client, become my $35,000 client. Wouldn't you? Can you imagine you go in a room and they pay you $5,000, or let's say you have a $5,000 coaching program. You sell that to 10 people, now you've made $50,000. What would you rather have, 5,000 or 50,000? Let's make sure we're on the same page. Drop in the chat. You want 5,000 or do you want 50,000? Which one is it? And the cool thing is it's actually at 55 now. It could be over 100 by next year. When I get paid 5,000, it's a one-time $5,000 fee. It's now gone forever. But that one speech a couple of years ago, I still continue to have those leads, have those relationships, and now what else do I have? I have the relationships behind the relationships of their relationships. It's never ending. So your email list building and the A to Z speaker through line is key. You grasp this, I'm telling you guys, are going to be 1% of all speakers. Elizabeth, correct? Now, Elizabeth was a prime and amazing example of what I'm going to teach you guys right now. She's like, whew, I made the cut. Yes, you did. I'm so glad you're actually here right now. Thanks for coming back. Can I get my slides up there for everyone to see. Woo! By the way, how amazing is my team? I don't think you guys can see this at all, but the image that the people on virtual see just make me look like so amazing. I love it. Here, you guys stand up. You can lean in. Look what they see. They see that right there with the slide and like my face in the middle. Come on. That's the real deal right there. Alan's like, 2 thumbs up. I approve. All right, so this is the A to Z speaker through line. Oh, has the dates from December, but we all know what dates they are. So the first part is you want to get in front of your ideal audience. All right? And I know when you're starting out, it's like, I want to speak anywhere. Like, just give me an opportunity to speak anywhere. And I support that because what do we talk about? You're going to get better with experience. Get on a podcast that has a listener of 3, and one of them is the lady's mom. Do it. Just get on every podcast chance you get, every stage you get, even if you're like, I'm coming here to speak about nutrition, and it's a bunch of 7-year-olds. That's okay. Like, get a chance to practice your content. But in the speaker A to Z through line, you want to be able to get in front of your ideal audience. And that's why we spent time yesterday figuring out what's your niche, what's your who. Because I'm sure you guys would agree, if we put Chad in the right room full of either addicts or people who love addicts, they're all going to want to talk to him. They're all going to be like, oh, my Lanta, I got to know more about what you got going on. I got a sister, I got a brother, I got an aunt. Can I get them on your podcast? If he's in the right room, right? If he's in a room that's, let's just say, Stephanie has a very opposite topic. She actually has, if you guys didn't hear, it's like women who have herpes. Chad's message is not going to really fit there. It's not going to be the resonating ideal audience. So getting in front of your ideal audience. Now let's talk about Elizabeth yesterday. Was she in front of her ideal audience with the topic that she shared? 1,000%. As soon as she was done, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're just like so perfect for this audience. Or Jay Lauren, so perfect for this audience. And so that's step 1. Next is you want to deliver a transformational speech. Not a motivational speech, a transformational speech. Because transformational speeches cause people to take action. If you're just focused on motivating them, then you're not focused on getting them to take action. One of my favorite things that I learned from Pat Quinn is he speaks to the call to action. He speaks to convert. And do you know what? The person who gets the biggest applause or the most standing ovations doesn't always convert the most. Doesn't always convert the most. Do you guys want to learn to speak to convert? That means that when you say, hey, I want you to do this thing, they do it. You say, hey, buy my program, they buy your program. Get on my email list, they get on your email list. Drop convert in the chat if you want to be someone who speaks to convert. Raise your hand if that's you in the room right here. Awesome. So that's what I'm talking about. You deliver transformational speech, and I've studied with a lot of the greatest, and I've learned a lot of what converts and what doesn't. I'll give you an example. We've talked a lot about the have you ever questions. Misplaced have you ever questions actually have shown not to convert. And Pat Quinn have released a software program that actually analyzes your voice because he's studied this for like 30 years. And they've studied that those have you ever questions, or even starting your speech with how many of you, may get people engaged, but it actually doesn't convert. So you're going to deliver a transformational speech. Do we all agree Elizabeth did that yesterday? Like, come on. Yeah. Awesome. And then you're going to have a strong call to action. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I'm going to teach you tomorrow of how to win with event planners. Elizabeth totally won with me as an event planner because she came up to me and said, hey, these are what my slides look like, and I have a couple of options. Do you want me to just end here, or can I end with like, hey, connect with me and got my email list? And when she asked me at the time, I didn't have my brain in the right space to kind of think about it, so my answer is always no. It's like, I'm not going to add anything right now because I don't have the brain capacity. When I thought about it, I'm like, oh, yes, of course, absolutely. I want my people to connect with you. And that was a great, strong call to action. Raise your hand or drop me in the chat if you connected with Elizabeth yesterday. Look at that. Totally. Right audience, delivering a transformational speech. Didn't she give you actionable steps to change your life, things you could do to improve as a speaker? So good. She had a strong call to action with her free lead magnet onto her email list. Elizabeth is a very smart entrepreneur. She has a business. She's not just a speaker who talks. Such an amazing example. And so you get them on your free lead magnet, How many of you learned 5 different kinds of lead magnets you can create? Fabulous. The next step is 2 steps for the price of 1, because I clicked it twice. You can invite them to a free workshop, a challenge, a summit, an in-person event, any of those things that we've been talking about. But that's what you're going to do next. You're going to continue to nurture them. You're going to continue to email them, and you're going to invite them to opportunities to see you speak more. That's the thing. It's like you're going into a friendship and a relationship with them, and it's like, hey, let's have coffee. And by coffee, I mean, why don't you come to my 3-day challenge called Master Your Voice? Just in case you guys aren't figuring this out yet, this is the exact funnel that many of you have gone through. And you can make this anything. Get in front of your ideal audience. Well, my Facebook page is full of my ideal audience. Deliver a transformational speech. Many of you saw me go Facebook Live. And at the end, I had a strong call to action. Hey, if you want to be a transformational speaker who knows how to master your voice, come to my 3-day Master Your Voice challenge. Put challenge in the chat if that's true for you. Or you saw a Facebook ad. I saw a Facebook ad and I had a call to action. It was got you onto my email list, and I invited you to my workshop. And then at the workshop, what did I do? I had a low paid ticket offer. $97, or if you want to be in person, you can upgrade, right? But I had a $97 low paid ticket offer. Come to my event. That's what I had. Now, it doesn't always have to be this way. But this is a formula that works. This is called a funnel. In case you guys don't know what a funnel is, this is like taking you through my funnel. Now, some people do it into a high ticket. I've had people do it into a low paid membership. I've had somebody who did it into a 30-day, like 147 course, and I actually helped her to create that model. But this is a model that works really well. How do I know? Y'all are here, right? You're on virtual or you're in person because I walked you through these steps. Or, I just saw you and Amy called you and she got you, a friend walked through these steps. But that's another way, referrals, right? Some of you are in this room right now because you were referred. And then the next way that they make lots of money is the really important slide right there, is a high ticket offer. So you get in front of your ideal audience, you deliver a transformational speech, you have a call to action, you drop them into a free lead magnet so they're on your email list, then you get them to a free workshop or challenge, you have a low paid ticket offer into a high ticket offer. And you guys already know, I'm going to present a high ticket offer here in a little bit. It's not going to be a surprise for you because that's the next step in my speaking business. Now, how many of you're a coach, but you don't really have a high ticket offer? Just drop no if you don't have a high ticket offer. Because the cool thing is, or you could drop offer in the chat if maybe you have one, but you're like, yeah, I don't really know if it's kind of the best offer. I'm working on it. Awesome, because tomorrow, would it serve you guys if I had an expert in offer creation come? Would that serve you? Okay, awesome. So Natalie, I've been talking about her forever. I call her the offer doula. She's actually going to be here to go and deep dive in offer creation for you. Okay, if you're a coach, you should have multiple offers. I've had everything from a $997 offer to a $35,000 offer. Well, actually, I started at $497. So I've had a $497 offer. But multiple different price points. So that's it. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. That sometimes you can skip some steps, like Pete Vargas when he got a chance to just present like a $997 offer from the stage in front of 30,000 people and I don't know, do the math. How many was it? Like 3,000 people bought the $1,000 program. That's 3 million if you do the math. So sometimes you get to skip steps. Sometimes you get to get in front of your ideal audience, and instead of a free lead magnet, you actually can make an offer. Like today, I'm just going to make you guys an offer, right? I'm not going to actually get you on my email list.